Tesla, they've been taking some heat. Well, I think their earnings weren't what people wanted. Their stock is, man, you watch that thing, look at that, minus 35. Minus $35, equivalent to 13% of the value. People are upset. I don't know. They weren't happy with the profits. They weren't happy with what Elon said. And they also, maybe most importantly, they weren't happy with the CTO and co-founder, J.B. Straubel, stepping down. So he got on a phone call and he's like, I'm out. And this guy's been there since day one. And obviously a CTO, an important role within a company. I don't think he made this reaction, Will, that you're showing. No, I don't think.
Why would you post this?
Yeah, they post that because, it sends a message of like, ouch. So, but it's obviously not in relationship. He's showing a picture of Elon making an expression. So during Tesla's earnings call today, the company announced that one of its longest tenured executives is leaving the company. This guy, JB, credited with coming up with various battery technology and helped launch programs like the Supercharger Network and the Tesla Energy business. He was there more than a decade ago. Wow, that's crazy. It's crazy that Tesla's been around that long, to be honest, but they've been at it, man. Anyway, he says something interesting on the phone call, which was he wanted to make sure that people knew it wasn't some lack of confidence in the company or the team or anything like that. You see that piece at the end? Or anything like that. And this is one of those moments where there's almost like nothing he can say that's going to be satisfactory to people. He's like, I'm out. But like the company's amazing. It's like Kawhi Leonard. He did the press conference with the Clippers because he's with the Clippers now, Will. And he comes on the press conference. He's like, I want to thank Toronto, man. He comes on the press conference. He's like, Kawhi and Dine, the fans, the doctors that delivered the baby. Like he just comes out thanking everybody in Toronto. Now, I don't want to take anything away because he was completely sincere. Like I actually liked it. I appreciated it. But it's one of those moments where if people are upset, it really doesn't, they're not ready to receive what you're putting out there. They've already cast their judgment. They're already upset. And so you're going to try to say a lot of things and some are going to receive it, but some are not. And I feel like that's the circumstance here with the Tesla thing where how can you say you're leaving a company, but you still believe in it? How do you do that? What kind of words can you string together to prove to people you have the utmost confidence that that company is rock solid, that that company is full of rock stars, that that company is the future, but you're going to go do something else when you got this kind of high role within the company? How do you manage that? Now, the other thing that gets me going is if you do leave a company like that and a position like that, maybe it's because of personal relationships within the company, or maybe it's because you got poached from one of these other big, the big players who are like, oh yeah, we're trying to do electric. Grab that CTO over there. Pay him double. I don't know. They're hurting for profits over at Tesla. Who knows what his salary looks like or his stock options or whatever else. Maybe I'm Ford and I want to do my very own battery tech like they do. Hire that guy. Now, I don't know. There could be restrictions that exist within his contract that don't allow him to do that. Maybe he has to sit out for like 2 years before he could go do something like that. But there's a lot going on here. So he's leaving the company. Wow, look what you just found on the Time article here. Leaving CTO role after $30 million in Tesla share sales. So you see that. So there's more to the story, dude. And it's just not good news for Tesla, which is unfortunate because it really feels like there's a dent being made there. It really feels like they've got a product that's good and the other pieces just can't line up, like the profit component and the delivery component and these various pieces that are hard to execute. Making cars is hard, man.
Yeah, not to mention like saboteurs, sabotaging.
Wait a second. Yeah. You can come in here with a word like saboteurs. That's what you're going to do?
Well, that's what Elon said.
And, so you're going to come in here, what is it, on a Thursday?
Yeah.
You can come in here on a Thursday and drop a saboteur on us.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what they're called.
Wow.
I don't know what
you're having a day. You're having a day today.
Lack of a better word.
You're having a day today. You're looking to hit for the cycle today.
Yeah.
You're having a day today. That's a baseball reference.
I wouldn't know.
All right, go on. We got you. Saboteurs.
Yeah, it's. I think last year they were, sabotaging Elon's plans
from inside. He sent an email. Who can you trust?
Oh yeah.
Man, such a high-profile company, to be honest. And I know one of the big things that happens here, because it's a high-profile company, tracks a lot of attention from the news, tracks a lot of attention from the hype. He tracks a lot of attention on Twitter himself. And you got the people who short the stock because it's this high-profile thing. It's just a lot of pieces around the actual core piece, which is trying to make and deliver these cars, that influences the way these stories come out, the human behaviors around it. Ultimately, the stock price eventually, there's extreme complexity to this thing. But as of right now, it's bad news for Tesla going forward. The stock is plunging. That's a real thing that's happening. Whether Elon agrees with it or not, it's happening. And you just want to see Tesla stick around. You want to see Tesla hang around. I'm not suggesting they won't. But the problem is, if the profitability isn't there and you can't continue to secure funding, eventually you got to look at being acquired. And the thing you worry about is if they do get acquired, I don't know by who. There was talk of like Apple acquiring them, I think, at one time. But that could have just been a rumor. But maybe another car company or something like this. Then you worry that the original DNA, that the inspiration might take a back seat post-acquisition. So you don't necessarily hope for that. You don't hope for anyone to fail in that game. So unless you actually literally hope by shorting the stock, in which case you do hope for them to fail. But I'm not one of those people. I mean, I'm not one of those people on either side. I don't own Tesla stock and I don't short Tesla stock. So